How important was it to get the quick start offensively tonight?
Well, yeah. I mean, that hasn't been common for us over the last 3 weeks. So get those runs, get them with 2 outs too. I mean, that certainly helped a lot too. Those were 2 big hits in the first, and then Carter's home run with 2 outs in the second. So yeah, get that start, and then Devin kind of getting us deeper into the ball game is important.
What did you think about the defensive effort today out there?
Saved maybe 5 runs in the outfield.
Yeah.
There was an RBI, there was a double that Spencer caught to begin with, and Bradfield, and then Spencer going over his head, which was a very difficult, that you saved 3 runs right there. So you're probably looking at 5 runs right there. That was a very good outfield play for sure.
Fast forward to the 5th inning. Devin lets up 2 runs, then Enrique makes an acrobatic catch. You don't want to be relying on that. What was happening in the 5th inning? Was Devin doing something differently with his pitches?
Yeah, he just got a little tired.
Yeah.
Than anything. He's still a young kid. We can't forget that. But that's his high school boy picking him up, and that's sometimes what you need to do in situations like that.
What did you think of, Christian getting the save? Is that a role you could see him continuing going forward?
Well, I think right now we just put anyone that can get 3 outs. I thought Brett Hansen just keeps getting better. That's a kid who was probably in survival mode when he left for Christmas in terms of what he needed to do to be a part of the roster, and he developed an edge. And he had an edge, but he's developed even more of an edge, and so you can see it come out in his work habits and how he gets himself ready to come in the game. And then Schultze, following him, Tate's good play to start that inning, and then of course Little. So it was good, very good pitching at the end.
Is Tate's hand okay? I thought I saw him maybe favoring it a little bit after he caught the ball to third late in the game.
I think it's okay, but I think he's working through it. I don't think it's fully healed yet, but he's working through it, and he says he's okay.
What happened with Davis earlier in the game?
Didn't like the way he was moving down to first base, so I thought he tweaked his hamstring, but he thinks he's okay, but he was playing it safe.
Coach, is it good to see these guys in a midweek game get a close win?
Yeah, because Jim played a lot of close games. I mean, I think that's, whether we've won them or lost them, the margins hasn't been. So it's good to get into a situation like this where we got to preserve. I mean, it felt tight. Certainly when Berkowitz was in the game, it felt really tight. It felt tight throughout. I mean, that game's not over. That team can really hit, and you can see that. So, yeah, just good to get a favorable win.
In an era where there's a lot of, super seniors with the COVID year and everything, what are some of the challenges of having, a younger team that doesn't have as many, of those seniors or super seniors?
No, we just have to do our thing. It's an old college baseball world right now, and that's kind of the way it is. I mean, we're not aged that way. I mean, our oldest guys were 21, but that doesn't matter. I mean, we got to just play better baseball than the opponent. But I can tell you that being 23 and 24 and being a baseball player, you've had a lot of at-bats. I mean, you think about the middle part of that Auburn lineup. Carlson has over 200 hits in his career and starting his 6th year, in college baseball. So those people are dangerous, but that's just part of it.
Carter got one tonight and had another one until the kid took it away. How big of that is for him? Is that a sign of maybe things coming around for him a bit?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he works at it. I mean, it matters a lot to him. But I thought he had pretty good swings tonight for the most part. The ball was hit really well from the left side, and he hit it really well from the right side too. And that kid made a heck of a play on that. Well, he had to go over the fence for that.
Yeah.
So there was some good outfield defense tonight on both sides.
I know the offense has come and gone in spurts. You had the 19 in the middle game this weekend. You struggled the other 2 games. When you see the uneven offensive performance, how do you digest what happens when you're swinging it well and what's happening when you're not?
It's probably better engagement with the fastball, less being split at the plate.
Yeah.
I think when you're split at the plate, you're not as aggressive on the fastball, and when the fastball goes by, you go, you should hit that one.
Yeah.
And I think when you're an aggressive group, you're kind of on every pitch. It's a yes mode, and then it's no if the ball isn't thrown in a certain area. And I think that probably is typical of a lot of offenses, but ours, we've been there we've been there a little bit too much. So we just got to improve in that area.
Is that where you have to encourage guys to be a little more aggressive early in the count?
Yeah, I think so. We've had teams like that before. But then once they start committing to those pitches, then it opens up a lane of offense for them. And then what it does is it changes the perspective of the count drastically. So, yeah, we just need to get there.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Tim.
Okay, thank you.